So hello folks, I'm doing a bit of a late night video here today on the Ukraine-Russian conflict again. So some more recent developments, it's just escalating day by day. This is, shit's really hitting the fan here. So Russia tries to convert captured Ukrainian POWs. It's being said by General, whatever his name is, I forget, to build more US military bases in Eastern Europe. This is a big one, which I'm going to get into more detail about, and which is going to probably be the thick of this clip. China stands by Russia, says they won't sanction Russia. U.S. to send tank destroying drones to Ukraine. U.S. warns India will face a significant cost if it aligns itself with Russia. So these are some really interesting developments here, and I think basically you got NATO in the West and the new Axis powers is forming. But first of all, with China here, it's no surprise that they're going to align themselves with Russia. I mean, they're neighbors and everything, and they're both authoritarian as well. So that was no surprise. They were kind of playing the fence here a little bit and playing the political theater, but I think we all knew what or whose side they were on. But with China, it makes the most sense for them. I mean, their economy is just massive now, and they're like basically the second most powerful country in the world, at least economically. And they're looking to take over, and aligning themselves with Russia actually makes a lot of sense, because if they do such, they could help Putin potentially reform the Soviet Union, and then they can put their Belt and Road Initiative plan, which is basically this plan where they want to control every sea route and every land route with trade throughout the world. So if it makes more sense to align with a close neighbor of theirs to accomplish such. So Putin could get the Soviet Union reformed, while China gets to have their trade routes through there, and then along with Russia. And, if those two countries, really knocked the U.S. out of the top spot, then we'd be living in a very different world. But on another note, India is always a country that I've kind of feared would switch sides. I mean, they are, as of now, like supposed to kind of be an ally of the United States and NATO. But yet again, I feel like they've always kind of been on the fence like that. I forget the leader's name there, but Modi, I think it is. That's what it is. I mean, he just seems like a bit of a controversial character, and he kind of seems to have some authoritarian tendencies himself a bit. So, yeah. But, I mean, the problem with that is aligning themselves with Russia and China is like there's a long history of beef there between India and China. There's been skirmishes over the last several years along the border there with the Himalayas and whatever and such. But really, if India wants to build up their economy more as well, and considering they're already in the Eastern Bloc, it really would make more sense to align themselves with Russia and China. But I mean, if the U.S. loses India, that is a huge loss, because just from a strategic and a military and a geographical position, having India would be a key ally to have, with military bases and putting military equipment in there, because it's right on China's doorstep there. And then you also have the Himalayan mountains like separating the two countries, which is a bit of a buffer zone. So if the U.S. loses that ally, yikes. But I think India overall is going to be a big wild card in all of this. And that's about all I really have to say for today. I hope to do some videos regarding Canadian politics tomorrow. Have a good night, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world.